Good morning, my wonderful, or afternoon, or evening, whenever you're watching this, my wonderful grade 2s and grade 3s. I'm just here with your math for today. So here is your math. We're going to go through our patterning in algebra, some arrays, a word problem, some mashup math, and then on the back we're going to go start something new. We're going to be going through what's called perimeter. So perimeter, we've talked about a little bit before, and I'll explain it in the video. It just means going around the outside, measuring the outside of something. Okay, so I'm not going to talk anymore. Let's get started.
Well, hello there, my wonderful class. I'm just here to go through Monday's math with you, so let's go through it. So the first part, you know what, I'm getting to the point in the year where I'm going to give you some of these to do on your own. So there's going to be parts of here where I'm going to explain it, and then I'm going to let you figure it out. So this one says 4 times 5 is the same as 5 times 4. Is that true or false? Now, I've talked a lot about commutative property, so you figure it out. Is it the same, true, or is it not the same? So the equals means it's the same. So they're saying, is 4 times 5 the same as 5 times 4? Circle true or false. Number 2, which number sentence has the same product as 10 times 3? So the product is the answer in multiplication. 10 times 3 is 30. So which one of these has the product of 30? So let's look. 6 times 7 is 42. Womp, womp. It's not that one. 6 times 5. Oh, let's count by 6s, or sorry, by 5, 6 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's 30. This one is our winner. Ding, 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 ding. This number sentence has the same product as 10 times 3. Now for this one. Is this a growing, shrinking, or repeating pattern? So I want you to look at this pattern. It starts with 9. I'm going to put the numbers here to help you. 9, and this one is, so 6, 7, 8. This one is 7. So what do you think this is? It growing? It starts here and it goes this way. Is it growing, getting bigger? Is it shrinking, getting smaller? Or is it repeating? Number 4, draw an array and write the division sentence to solve it. So 28 circles in 4 rows. You're going to have to try and fit. So how many? You're going to just do groups of 4 until you get to 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So this is a way, if you're not sure, 28 circles in 4 rows, if you didn't know right away how many rows you needed, I'm going to actually rewrite it over here because this is such a mess and it's distracting you. So you see the 4 rows. You can do rows of 4 because remember how arrays work? They can work either way. So let's count to 28. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I do rows of 4, it's going to make 4 rows of whatever I'm making. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. My wonky array, it broke the rules of arrays in Mrs. Oakes's array rule book, but that's okay. So how many rows do I have? I have 4 rows of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 28 divided by, it doesn't matter which way you do it. We put it into 4 rows. How many are in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 in each row. 28 divided by 4 is 7. Now, what is the next number? If the pattern rule is subtract 3, so start at 31, the pattern rule is subtract 3 and figure out which one comes next. Okay, so for this one, I'm asking you to write 2 multiplication equations and 2 division equations that are represented by each array. We've done these lots. I notice that some people still need some practice with them, and even if you don't think you need practice, the more practice you get, the better. I'm going to do one and you're going to do the other 2 all by yourself. So I'm going to do first multiplication. So I have 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 times 6. And my total, if I count by 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 3 times 6 is 3, Now I can also do 6 times 3, which is also 18. Remember, it's just like turning the array on its side. My next one, I am going to be doing division. So I start with 18. I divide it by 3, and I'm going to get 6. I start with 18. I divide it by 6, and I'm going to get 3. Now I want you to do the other ones for the next 2, please, all by yourself. Use those same strategies. So 3s times 6 rows of 3, or 6 times 3 rows. Next one. Audrey and George planted a garden. This is a true story. There are 6 rows in their garden, and each row has 10 plants in it. How many plants are they growing? So you're going to figure this out. There's 6 rows, and in each row there are 10 plants. 6 times 10. Figure that out, guys. I want you to try it. Okay, and remember, for 10s, you can count by 10s. Count by 10s 6 times. Now, for this one, I'm going to do one mashup because it has multiplication, and you guys haven't seen a multiplication mashup before. But then this one over here, I'm going to have you do yourself. Remember, the key to a mashup is always to find the equation where you have 2 of the same. So here, the watermelon is your key. What plus what equals 24? That's your key. Over here, we're doing times. So some fish times fish is 25. Well, my fish, 5 times 5 is 25. The reason I want to find this square fact, that's what we call it when something is multiplied by itself, is because there's no variables. There's no other way I could make 25 using the same 2 numbers. So that is always where you want to start. Same here. It's easy to figure out this one if you start with the one that's square, or like the 2 of, or a double. So this is a square fact. Remember, we did a page on square arrays. So now I know my fish, I can move on to the next ones. Now, if you know how to do this, guys, please don't watch my explanation. I would like you to try it on your own. If you're really stuck, use the video to help you, okay? But I still want you to be thinking. So 5 plus something is 15. All right, I think 5 plus 10 is 15. I go down here. Something subtract 10 is 12. Well, subtraction isn't as easy as for all of you. You don't have those facts. Like when you saw this one, you probably knew right away that 5 plus 10 was 15, but maybe it's a little harder to think in subtraction. So remember, you always have the option of taking whatever you're doing on this side and reversing it on the other side of the equal sign. So I have 12, and if I was to add that 10 back to the 12, I would get my original number. So 12 plus 10 is 22. So now I know I have 22 subtract 10 is 12. If I go here, 22 subtract 5 and 5 is also 22 subtract 10. So figure out what that one is. And now I'm going to have you move on to this one here. I want you to do it by yourself if you can. If you get really stuck, send me a message, but I think you guys can try this on your own. I actually know you can. I'm telling you to start here. What double is 24? Once you figure that out, it should be easy to find the rest, okay? Get used to seeing our math that way. Now, for today, grade 3s and 2s, you guys are going to be working on something called perimeter. Perimeter. So the perimeter of a shape is measuring the outside of the shape. We're not worrying about area, which is the inside of the shape right now. We're worried about the perimeter. So all the way around the outside of a shape. Now, I am going to do 4 with you. That's lots. That's actually more than I should do. And then you are going to do the last 4 by yourself today. Okay? So I'm going to do the first 4 with you, and then you're going to do the last 4 by yourself today. And then I have a bonus challenge for you to try and construct a shape, any shape, and the perimeter has to be 20 square units. That's your last thing for today. But that I'm going to have you guys do. It's like a bonus thing to try on your own. Now, it says, use your math skills to find the perimeter of each shape. So all you have to do first is to, so perimeter is just adding up all the outsides. So we'll add up how many, we'll label them first. So measuring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 squares here, and I have 2 here, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 4 plus 5 is 9, and these are the same length. Don't forget about this 1 here. I just finished a grade 4 video where I said, don't forget about the 1. And then I forgot about the 1. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then this one here, this 1. So what you're going to do is we're going to add them up. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 5 more is 15. 1 and 4 is 5. 15 plus 5 is 20. 21, 22. So you just add up each one. You go around and you add. If it's more helpful to you to see it written up like this, 9 plus 1 plus 5 plus, oh, I actually forgot this other one. So not quite there, Mrs. Oaks, or did I? Now I have to add it again because I'm second guessing myself. 9 plus 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 4 plus 2. Make sure I've got all my, this shape has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. Okay, 9 and 1 is 10, 5 and 1 is 6. Or yeah, I did get them both because 9 and 1 is 10. These two are 5 plus 5. I'm gonna write out what I'm doing in my head because you guys are probably going, what? So these two together are 10. These two together are 5. Now I just add 10 and 5 is 15, plus 5 more is 20, plus 2 is 22. So 22 units. You could also write it in here, but these boxes are quite small. All right, for this one, it's pretty straightforward. I have 3 and 3 and 2 and 2. So 3 and 3 is 6, and 2 and 2 is 4. So 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 units. Now it's very simple when they're just a regular rectangle because you just have to, you only have 4 sides to worry about. So the formula for this is 2L plus 2W, but another way to do it is just to count. I have 4, I have 4, I have 3, I have 3. So I need to add 2 4s plus 2 3s. 4 and 4 is 8, 3 and 3 is 6. 8 plus 6. 8 plus 6 is 14. 14 units. We don't know if it's centimeters, millimeters, inches, but we're just going to go units. I'm going to do the last one with you guys, and then you're going to do the next 4 on your own today. So first I go through and I write the numbers of each side. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one is 1. This one is 1, 2, 3. This one is 2. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I don't have to count every one. I could have just done 5 plus 3 because they're the same length. And this one is 3. So now I can add up all of them. And if you're like a visual or like the equation, 5 plus 3 plus 8 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1. So if you're like me, you like to first look at the ones that are easy to go together. So 8 and 2 are 10. So I'm going to add that as a 10. Okay, 3 and 1 are 4. So I have 14. And then 5 and 3 are 8. So I've added them, so now I only have 3 to add. Just because when we have lots of little numbers. So 10 plus 8 is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 units. On to the next. Oh wait, I'm not doing anymore. I almost did your work for you. Oh, silly Mrs. Oaks. So now what I'm gonna have you do is work through these next 4, and all you're doing is you're counting all the squares. You can write it out like this. You can add in your head. Wherever you're at for math, guys, it's totally fine. I do want to see your work. If you could send me a picture of how you're solving these, that would be awesome. Now I'm also going to ask you to construct a shape with a perimeter of 20 units. So you get to make up the shape. And you can play around. I give you extra squares. So maybe one side has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20. That one does. Now, I've taken that one, so I want you to be more imaginative. So this was my first shape here. This is 5 and 5 and 5 and 5. 5, 10, 15, 20. So I did that one. I want you to be more inventive. Try to think of other shapes that you can construct that have a perimeter, which means all the way around, of 20 centimeters. Now, this is a good problem-solving activity for you. There are many combinations. How many can you figure out? Okay, the total has to be 20 all the way around. How can you make your shapes to equal a perimeter of 20? All right, that is all for me today.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in for math. I just wanted to put a reminder in this video that if you did not give me math from last week, the page that clearly said assessment, if you could please find that page and send it in to me. It is very important that I see what you're doing. I don't need to see every page if that's too much. I love to see whatever you can send me, but the one page I really need is Tuesday of last week. And if you could send that to me, that would be awesome. Most of you have, so thank you. If you haven't got to it yet, put it on your list of things to do this week. I really appreciate it. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you for continuing to check in for math and ELA. I really appreciate it. It makes a big difference when I get to talk to my students. It makes my day better, and seeing that you guys are watching the videos motivates me to keep making them and making them the best I can. Okay, so I'm doing it for you guys. Thank you for showing up. Have a beautiful day. I will see you on Wednesday for more math.